Healthcare data analysis is the subject of a series of YouTube videos designed to train statistical analysis through software examples and offering tailored exercises for healthcare providers. Additionally, we will be available to address important or frequently asked questions in the comments section. The current video serves as an introduction, discussing various types of variables found in healthcare data and how to define variables within SPSS. Please watch the video until the end, as more important skills are taught towards the latter part, and practical exercises will be assigned at the conclusion of the video. Please subscribe and click on the bell icon to receive notifications whenever new videos are released. To correctly choose statistical design and the right tests for any particular dataset, one must first examine the measurement scales for each variable in the dataset. Measurement scales are divided into three types including nominal or categorical data, ordinal data, and continuous data. Nominal or categorical variables classify individuals into two or more categories or groups. These categories are qualitative, not quantitative. Examples include patient's ethnicity, type of service provided, e.g., emergency, internal medicine, psychiatry. Nominal variables with only two categories are referred to as dichotomous or binary variables like the subject's gender and insurance status, with yes or no categories. Ordinal variables assign ranks to qualities in subjects. For instance, family members might rate a patient's adherence to physicians' recommendations using a Likert scale, ranging from very low to very high. Physicians could also rank the severity of cancer in patients based on disease stages. In questionnaires with multiple items, each item score is ordinal. However, when summing up all item scores to calculate a total score, the total score can be treated as a continuous variable. Quantitative or scale variables in healthcare data are continuous variables, such as the patient's age, weight, or height. Imagine the following variables have been gathered in a study, and now we need to input them into IBM SPSS software. The subject's insurance status, yes or no. The type of services including emergency, internal medicine, psychiatry, or cardiovascular medicine. The subject's age. And the number of days from rehabilitation release to relapse. To enter the data, open SPSS software and then go to Variables view. Always the first variable defined in SPSS is the case number which is needed in data cleaning. So in the first row of the column titled Name, we always insert case number as the first variable. The names of other variables are inserted in next rows below the case number, insurance in the second, service type in third, age in fourth, and days in fifth row. The variable names usually typed in abbreviated form. However, the full names of the variables are inserted in the Label column. The Type column refers to the variable's type and is set to numeric by default. Simply leave it unchanged. The Width column determines the number of digits displayed for numerical values and is set to 8 by default. Although the actual number of digits can exceed 8, the number of digits displayed cannot exceed 8 in this case. The Decimals column denotes the number of decimal places used in calculations and is typically set to 2 by default. The Label column enables the entry of full variable names. The benefit of inserting the full names of variables in the Label column is that in the Data View window, pointing the mouse cursor to the variable name will display the full name of the variable. In order to avoid forgetting the full name of the abbreviated variables, it is usually recommended to write the full name of the variables in the Label column. The Values column in Variable View holds significant importance. Here, you assign distinct codes for each category of the nominal variables. Click on the left side of the relevant cell to open the Value Labels window, and then assign values to each category of the nominal variables. For instance, regarding the insurance status of patients, you may designate 0 for those without insurance and 1 for those with insurance. Note that designating 0 and 1 codes to categorical variables does not alter the categorical nature of the variable. 0 and 1 here does not considered as quantitative values, they are only codes. Also for service type, which is another nominal variable, the following codes can be defined. 1 stands for emergency services. 2 for internal medicine. 3 for psychiatry. 4 for cardiovascular medicine. In the missing column, we designate a numerical value to represent missing data. This numerical value should not correspond to any valid data point in the dataset. In fact, the value selected for missing data should be outside the range of the actual data in the current study. For instance, values like -9 or -99 can be chosen. These numerical representations, instead of blanks, prove beneficial when exporting the SPSS data file to other statistical software like MPlus. MPlus requires numerical data in all cells, including those with missing values, to read the data file accurately. To define missing values, click on the left side of the relevant cell to open the Missing Values window. Then select the Discrete Missing Values option and type -9 in the first box, and click OK. To define missing values for other variables in the dataset, simply copy the cell with the -9 definition and paste it into other cells. However, it's important to note that defining missing values in this manner is not sufficient for SPSS to accurately identify missing data in your study. Additionally, you must fill all the missing value cells with -9 when entering the entire dataset into the Data View window in SPSS. The next column in the variable view, titled Column, refers to the number of letters possible for the variable name. It is usually set to 8 by default. Simply leave it unchanged. The next column determines right, left or centered alignment of the data in the cells. The Measure column specifies the measurement scales for the variables, as discussed earlier in this video. We assign the appropriate measurement scale for each variable we have entered. SPSS identifies categorical variables with the term nominal, ordinal variables with the term ordinal, and continuous variables with the term scale. The last column in the variable view, titled Role, is utilized to preselect a role for each variable in the dataset. While some options in SPSS allow for using these preselected roles, the default assignment for variables is input. Since this option is rarely used, you can simply leave the role in the default mode unchanged. So far we have successfully defined the variable names for SPSS, and now we are ready to enter the whole study data into the SPSS by clicking Data View tab, which is the topic for the next video. In the next video we learn how to enter the data into the Data View window in SPSS and how to clean the data by using the data screening methods. Practical Exercise 1. Define the following variables in the Variable View window of SPSS. Nominal or categorical variables include age group of the subjects with 5 categories. Infants, toddlers, first childhood, second childhood, adolescents. Gender of the subjects with 2 categories, male or female. Ordinal variables include blood pressure with the following ranks: very low, low, normal, high, very high. Continuous variables include number of children in the family, the degree of fever in Celsius, and the subject's weight. Please define missing values as -99. In the next video, before we start the tutorial, we will review the correct answer to Exercise 1 in the Variable View window. Note that the spoken presentation of this video is prepared with the help of text-to-speech technology. I hope this tutorial was useful for you.